Welcome in, everybody. Look at that, 4 seconds before showtime, on time today. I just about got caught with the microphone. No joke, when the music was playing there, I did some hello testing and the mic wasn't registering.
$280.
Thank God I caught that before we went. I would have been salty if the mic wasn't on there. 175 items today, Heritage Tuesday weekly live chat. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. Welcome in, everybody. Spacebird, Addy World, Superjunk, Jonathan Poor, Craig, Vindios, Frank9, Boxweed, Joseph Leo, Char, Miller Time, Carl Jobst in the house, Tyzeer. Welcome, everybody. CCT just landed from Argentina and you're ready for stonks. Great to see you in here tonight, everybody. Great to see you in here. Yes, Simon, I set up a little chat thing there to hopefully stop the bots. You have to acknowledge that no self-spam thing, which I'm hoping that single click right there will get rid of the bots. We'll see what happens. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I'm hoping that setting that up will save us from the bots. We'll see what happens. Also, a little bit more inventory stuff to do here before we get right into it. This Thursday, we have another stream coming up. It will be the exact same time as this stream. It is the Pioneers of Home Video Games Showcase Auction. So this will be Commodore 64, Atari 2600, there's Coleco and Intellivision in this auction, I believe. So this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be live for the stream. We will be hanging out for this one. It's high-grade stuff, really early stuff, pre-Nintendo. There should be some stuff that absolutely pops off. The number one item that I'm interested in, because I look for this every time we see it come up in the weekly, this is an actual 83 print of Mario Bros. On 2600. It's already up to $1,000. Way harder to find than the usual 87 print is what we see all the time. We see this one. This is the 87 print. This is the 83 print. Should be pretty interesting. This Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
$36.
Buying anything tonight? I don't know, Miller Time. I'm always watching. You know what I mean? I'm always watching. Unless it's an item I'm really in love with, I'm an opportunist. You know what I mean? I show up to these auctions all the time, and if something is going to go at a price where I'm like, yeah, no, I'll buy that, then I'll pick it up. So I'm kind of an opportunist in that regard, which you can do if you show up to these auctions every week, right? There's always going to be something that's a good price. There's always going to be something that's interesting.
$24.
And as you guys know, tonight's stream is sponsored by Heritage Auctions. Huge thanks to them for sponsoring the stream tonight. We all know Heritage, but perhaps you never consigned with them. So, if you are interested in doing so, consigning with Heritage Auctions, in the description of the video, you can find all upcoming 2022 signature and showcase auctions that are going to happen this year, as well as the dates to consign to them. So the cutoff lines there. Those signatures and showcases are known for bringing some of the highest prices in the auction. In the hobby, sorry. The consignment deadlines are fast approaching for the 6th generation and beyond showcase auction. That's going to be happening in August. The deadline for that one is in about 2 weeks, as well as the deadline for the Wide World of Sports video game showcase auction, which is going to be sports games throughout the years. The deadline for that one is also approaching. Even though the summer signature lineup is locked up, the consignments for the November signature auction are closing on September 14th. So if you want to try and get something into that, if you have super quality items you're looking to consign, you might want to look into that as well. And of course, if you have any awesome games, Heritage is always accepting consignments to their weekly options. My referral link for free appraisals is in the description of the video, as well as pasted into the chat here. I'll grab it in just a second. Filling out the form in the referral link is the easiest way to get in touch with Heritage and start the consignment process. If your games are raw, make sure to include photos, as it helps everything. And you can also reach out to the video game team at the email address videogames@ha.com. Huge thanks to Heritage Auctions for sponsoring the stream, and huge thanks for all of you for being here tonight. What a frickin' plug, hey? Consign with Heritage Auctions, it's really good. Whew, all right. Inventory taken care of. Welcome in tonight, everybody. We're starting with Atari, as always. We actually had Star Wars Return of the Jedi there, sell for $312, which, I mean, as far as Atari goes, that's a little bit of value. 9.6 A++, that's why we saw a little bit of a pop there. Otherwise, I mean, we're at 109, 99, 61, 89, 61 there. That Crystal Castles is already an early contender for Biggest Loser. Moving on to ice hockey here, CIB. Don't think I activated Windows. Where's my Windows warning? Addy, I don't know where the Windows warning is. I assure you, I did not activate Windows, so I don't know.
Next lot. $12.
Am I allowed to bid on heritage items? As far as I know, Boxway, I am. As far as I know, I'm still allowed to buy, sell with heritage auctions. I get no special privilege, I assure you. I don't get to choose where my items go. Nothing like that, so. As far as I know, I'm still fully allowed to buy, sell, do heritage auction stuff. I get no special privilege. Nailed it, bulletproof plug. Thanks. Oh, well done, nice plug. Thanks, everybody.
Fair warning.
Oh. Dude, a WATA 9.8 PlayStation 1 Sorcerer's Stone sold for 1K. You got to bid on it. Your max was 1K. I knew you should have went to 1.5. Well, yeah, Sorcerer's Stone, hey, on PS1. It has some pretty strong sales, but I think there were cases of it at some point. Like, there's a lot of it. Funny enough, I can't spell sorcerer off the top of my head. Sorcerer. We'll just go with... Oh my god, I blew it. I blew it. Sorcerer. Looks wrong. That looks really wrong. Let's just go Harry Potter. Let's just swap the... let's move the goalposts here. We'll go Harry Potter WATA. And I spelled Harry wrong. I'm failing all of you.
$55.
The PS1 version, I watched a retrospective on it not too long ago, and it turns out it's like a top 10 selling PlayStation 1 game, which is just insane to me. 9.6A plus went for 600 there, May 31st, 2022. 9.6A plus 1100. Where's the 9.8? Where's the last time a 9.8? 9.8A plus, yeah, 1500 back in January, end of January for that one. Yeah, it's a top 10 selling PlayStation 1 game, which is crazy. I didn't realize Sorcerer's Stone was already that big. Like, Harry Potter was already that big that game was a top 10. Just kind of crazy to me. Kind of freaking crazy.
$32, $30, $40, $44, $48.
Yeah, Windows activation gave up. They knew I was never going to activate.
Fair warning.
You stopped bidding at 500? Yeah, the special privilege is dating Valerie, exactly. Sam gets the special privilege, not Greg.
Fair warning.
No special privilege for Greg. You don't know why there's so many 9.8s out there? It was on eBay that ended a few hours ago? Yeah, there are a lot of, that's what I was saying there with that game. Like, Sorcerer's Stone is oddly, it's a top 10 selling game. There's just a lot out there, right? Like, it just is what it is. There's 26 of them with 13 9.8s. Now, I mean, that, like, this 17 and 13 to me is indicative of a case or two, right? Like, that's really high skewed considering there's literally, like, no other copies on the pop report.
$90.
That is a little bit sus, but Sorcerer's Stone still sells strong. I mean, it's Harry Potter, one of the strongest IPs of our generation, to be completely honest. The first edition books are frickin' wild, so...
Fair warning.
If you want to see some crazy pricing on Harry Potter stuff, go look up the first print hard... Yeah, I think there's first print hardcover books. And they sell for, like, a lot of money. Like, 6 figures plus, I'm pretty sure, so...
$12. $60.
Happy 50th to Atari. You have about 5 not for resale copies of Harry Potter PS1 under your bed. Let's go, Simon.
Fair warning. $70.
Somewhat stacked weekly. It kind of is actually, Tyzier, because going on here, we have the biggest item of this auction is the 9.0 Mario Bros. I don't know the last time we even had a 9.0 come up. Like, you can see it's already sitting at 21,000 after BP. We see a lot of white seal Mario Bros in weeklies, right? It's not that weird to see one in a weekly. It is weird to see a 9.0A plus. Like, that's a premium Mario, even if it's a white seal. The rule of Rose on Heritage, the same one that sold via bids on eBay to a poor feedback rated seller for $2,300 in April. The same one that sold via bids on eBay to a poor feedback rated seller. So what? They're just going for the quick flip by Atari? Is that what you're saying there? Or is there something more to your story there?
$55.
Moving on with the Atari stuff, we have Ikari Warriors in 9.48 plus or 89, Jungle Hunt 7.08 plus 61, Midnight Magic 9.28 for 79, Millipede 9.48 plus or 99, Moto Rodeo 9.48 plus or 84. If you want to put together an Atari collection, you can do so for like a very good price. Like if you are into Atari collecting, if you're into pre-Nintendo, you can build one hell of a collection for like $1,000 to $2,000. It's kind of nuts.
$80.
You got to sell your 9.8 Silent Hill for $5,500. You have another 9.8 on its way from WATA as you speak. Jesus, Al Dunk, that's huge. That's huge that you have another 9.8 on its way. Wow. Good job on the Silent Hills to get 9.8s. You just bought a very, very clean sealed Treasure Planet on the GBA. You now have all the North American releases sealed. Miller Time, are you also going to fire those off to get graded? I want to see the ultimate graded Treasure Planet collection. That is what you need. Oval Mario equals XXX Charizard Unlimited. Yeah, if you want to draw a Pokemon comparison there, Mike, Oval Mario would have to be your Unlimited. And then like your Circle Seal Mario would be your Shadowless. And I guess Hang Tabs would be your first edition. If you want to draw Charizard parallels. Maybe someone else feels differently, but that's, you know, if you want to try and draw parallels like that, it's not easy to just shoehorn Mario against Charizards. Do all Atari games just look the same, or is it the same Atari games every single auction? A bit of both, Craig. It's definitely a bit of both. A lot of these really popular titles like this Pac-Man, Pole Position, Millipede, Jungle Hunt even, like we do see those in the weeklies a lot. So like, you know what I mean? We are going to see a lot of them. And then if you aren't very familiar with Atari box art, it is going to blend a little bit, just due to the framing. But it's a little mix of both. And that's why on Thursday it will be kind of interesting to actually see like super high grade and or rare Atari games come up. Like we should see some actual Atari and pre-Nintendo stuff that pops, instead of the same old, you know what I mean? How much more Atari do we have here? We can just go and browse the... Oh yeah, we got waves of Atari to go. So let's go and peek at the Pioneer auction here. Long live the Pioneers. So it starts off with some of the early computer stuff, which like, you know, it's Commodore 64 Spider-Man, but like, it's one of those things where the artwork transcends the game, I think we can all agree on. So, I personally don't do a ton of pre-Nintendo collecting, right? I did a lot of it when I was literally buying everything. Like, I still have, I think it's right behind me here. Yeah.
$120.
I still have... This shoebox is covered in dust, but here's like my Coleco collection. If you guys can see it. There we go. Some Coleco and Atari for you guys. Don't say Greg doesn't collect this stuff. We got War Games Manual. We got Adam Computer Donkey Kong. You know, we got the Centipede ColecoVision. So... I did do some pre-Nintendo collecting. There is appreciation there outside of the gameplay.
Fair warning.
Because let's be honest, the actual gameplay of a lot of these games simply sucks. It just does. So I spread dust everywhere. Oh my god, I need the dust in here. That was awful. That made like more of a mess than it was worth. But then also in this auction, all the same, there's a big box missed. I'm not sure why. It's only 1994. I don't know. I don't know why it's in here, but you can get yourself a big box missed as well. And then it's tons of Atari 2600, but like I said, we're actually going to see games that, you know, either super high grade or just don't come up that often, which makes it a lot more interesting. Crazy Climber in 9.6 A++. You know, yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh, here's that Donkey Kong cover. The PAL one. The best Donkey Kong cover that literally exists.
$300.
And then Atari 2600 and...
Fair warning.
Commodore 64. Here's He-Man 2. Really cool game on Atari. It's just really cool cover art. Pele Soccer 8.0A. Sports fans,
Next lot.
it'll be interesting. It'll be a lot more interesting than the normal weekly block that we get. So, also, maybe the biggest news of this auction,
Fair warning.
the return of 9.8A++ Spider-Man.
$70.
It's back, everybody. It's back. Of course you're gonna get them graded. Yeah, I figured. Hard to know if the eBay sale was legit. Well, yeah, that's eBay in general, though.
Next lot.
There's really beat up sealed Mario on eBay right now you're bidding on. Currently sitting at the highest bidder, but it won't last too long. Whoa, the chat has rules and guidelines now. Welcome back, Greg. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, Cow-and-a-Pie. I had to set that little guideline there to hopefully combat the bots. I'm hoping that tonight we'll have no bots in the chat because now you have to click. That little click hopefully will destroy it.
Fair warning.
We'll see what happens. Looks like a boomer auction. Atari appreciation hasn't hit the Zoomers yet. We might get there. We might get there. You also bought everything if it was cheap? Yeah, I was literally a vacuum in my early collecting days. Like, when stuff was available locally, you know what I mean? When you could do more local collection, I would literally buy anything that came up. I still have a Coleco Gemini console. I still have an Atom computer in my collection. I just recently sold off my boxed Commodore 64. Like, I would buy everything. It didn't matter. Everything. I was a vacuum. Literally anything. If it was a video game, I would buy it. Don't do that. You end up with a lot of crap. Coming back to the Atari games that we didn't see here, skateboarding in 9.6A++ went for $192. Skijinx 9.2, $360 there with a no seal. A no seal 9.2. I assume it's a glue seal? I assume so, right? It's always interesting with no seal. Unopened, manufactured without seal. Yeah, someone in the Discord asked about no seal. The NS designation can either mean the game was never had a seal, right? In the case of Japanese games or some Atari games, they literally just never had a seal. Or it can mean that someone ripped off the seal. That's when you don't really want a no seal. That's when it's kind of a bad thing. But a lot of games are just gonna have, like, they didn't have a seal, so all you can get is no seal. So, pay attention to that and just know what you're buying. These are so cheap, yeah, man. Yeah, man, if you want to get yourself some Atari games, they, yeah. Spider Fighter takes the lead, $41. That's like, what, 12 bucks plus, I think the buyer's premium minimum is $29. I think this got bid up to $12. I don't think anything's beating Spider Fighter today. I know it's early, but like $41. Tutankhamun sold for $396 in 9.8A++. You know, for as common as Atari is, 9.8A++ still does bring some premium. Even on the super common games. Later PC prints of Myst are super cheap and usually still available on eBay. Better off with one of those than the Mac copy. Oh, was that a Mac copy? I didn't even see that. That's something that I'm still need to pay more attention to, Super Junk. I always miss the, if it's like Windows versus Mac. Since I didn't own early computers, right? Like the first computers I had, I think was Windows 2000, a Windows XP. So like I didn't even have the Mac life. Yes, hit the like button. It does truly help out the stream. Like more than you guys will ever know. Hit the like button if you're in here, comfy, cozy. Helps out.
Fair warning.
Oh. You haven't bought any more N64. I actually bought a couple of other stuff, though. You're focusing more on PC. In a couple months, you'll go back to N64 because it's a little bit more expensive. Yeah. By a little bit more expensive, that's like a little bit of a euphemism there, I think. N64 versus most PC stuff, N64 wins out. I mean, we are starting to see PC Big Box get its day. There are definitely games that are, you know, shooting up, we'll say. The games that you'd expect to. Basically. And then the weird ones that I don't even know. The early PC guys again. No Wario stuff tonight. No Tuggies to be given. There's hardly any Wario stuff in general. Period. Wario collectors in shambles.
Fair warning.
You can't find any Mint 64 games for a decent price. Yeah, the days of getting Mint factory sealed for a decent price are long gone. Long gone. These days, frickin' you unless you're at a garage sale or you find a newly listed buy it now on eBay, you're paying for it. You're paying for the stuff you want to buy, so just is what it is now in 2022. Just is what it is. Yo, Spacebird, €5 there. Insane, man. Thank you. Much appreciated, Spacebird. Damn. Much generosity. I appreciate that, dude.
Fair warning.
When you bought your one N64 game, the redirecting service tore it open to inspect it. And then I haven't collected N64 since. Oh, Simon. I can't remember what game that was, Simon. Was that Tigers? Tigers on N64? That's Tigers with a T? Speaking of PC, you got your shareware Doom. Just need a nice Duke 3D. Yeah, Super Junk, your big box PC collection is coming along insane, man. You're killing it. You're killing it with some of the stuff you've been able to find on big box PC. N64 is the best console and the worst box? Kind of, yeah. Like, yes. Finding those mint N64 games, you almost need to come out of case fresh. And finding case fresh is just impossible. So, well, you know, 2022 it is. It wasn't that hard back in like 2015, but just how it is. In the next 3 to 5 years, I'm sure most of the raw stuff will be submitted, and then, you know, we'll just be at the mercy of buying graded stuff. Nah, that's probably not true. There'll probably always be raw stuff out there, hey?
Fair warning.
I said that, but then I thought about Pokemon cards and stuff where people still find like mint original collections. So I'm sure there'll always be factory sealed raw games out there for people to find. Probably always. Imagine if we got to see an Ultimate Series lineup. You have some bids on this auction and the one tomorrow. Interesting. I don't know if you want to share what you're bidding on yet. I mean, don't share what you're bidding on yet, Carl, but maybe after the auction ends, let us know what you were bidding on, man. I'm always curious to see. Always curious to see what you guys are looking at, but it's almost never a good idea to say what you are bidding on. That's why I can never tell you guys if I'm bidding on anything, you know? I know, like, at the very beginning of the stream there, someone asked what I'm going to be bidding on, and I just, like, I can't tell you guys, you know? I can't tell you guys, unfortunately. If there is something that I'm actually gunning for, I can't tell you guys. Yeah, it was Tigers and a copy of the same case. Got a WATA 10, crying myself to sleep. Oh, Simon. Yeah, that guy who got the 10 on the Tigers, that was just insane. That was actually insane. And his case pack, if you saw, his case pack was even like smashed on the side. So the fact that he had a perfect surviving specimen was just like, didn't make any sense. Moving into NES block though, well first with Atari we had Tron Deadly Discs. You can see the massive premiums that people are still willing to pay for Perfect Atari. 9.8 A++ just sold for 6 times the amount the 9.2 sold for. 576 versus 89. $160. Still paying the big premiums for Perfect Atari. Alien 3 8.0B Plus for $282. Anticipation, everyone's favorite 80s game show, sold for $53 and 7.0B Plus. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes 7.5B Plus only sold for $228 right there. Seems low for Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I think that game is like almost $100 CIB, isn't it? There's 15 on the pop report, I guess. 7.5 makes it one of the lowest copies. $228. I'm pretty sure that's close to a $100 CIB though. A Boy in His Blob, Trouble in Blobolonia. Jesus Christ. Could not say that one. Trouble in Blobolonia. Getting some bids actually. 8.0B plus on this one. A Boy in His Blob has a little bit of popularity. You'll let me know if you win? Perfect. Perfect.
Fair warning.
You'd like to believe there's always another dusty basement out there with some sealed hidden treasures? Yeah, exactly. I think there's always going to be another another garage find, another barn find. It's always going to be up there, so. $420. Did Nintendo stop doing strategy, guys? I was trying to look for official guide to Breath of the Wild. Looks like the one published by some company called Piggyback. Piggyback Games did guides for a long time, Mike. Like Piggyback Games did, like they have a lot of guides. Piggyback is real, but I don't think Nintendo themselves publish any guides anymore. And I don't think they have for years and years. Now, I might be wrong about this, but they might have
Fair warning.
they might have canceled guides around the same time they canceled Nintendo Power. Someone let me know more information if you have more information on that, but they haven't done guides in a long time. 8.0 B plus on Double Dragon. A Boy and His Blob brought in 480 there. Not bad. It's gonna outsell the Double Dragon 2. Almost, we'll see. Which is a bit surprising to me. let's check Blob. Old Blobby. 16 of them. Kinda crazy. It's more than I thought.
Next lot.
Yeah, Boy and His Blob just outsold Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. Exact same grade. That's kind of crazy to me. I would take Double Dragon 2 every day of the week there. 6.5 CIB on Final Fantasy, but it's got this fancy sticker on it, which is kind of neat, this Nintendo promotional offer. I can't remember where they came from. It also says not for resale on the sticker, but you can sometimes find these. Dr. Mario is another one that I've seen this sticker on. I'm sure there's a few other of them, but they're kind of neat. It's a neat variant if you're into, like, you know what I mean? It's not like an official variant, but it's like a neat oddity. If you're into that kind of stuff. Tell you what I'm bidding on so you can upbid me. Exactly, Arno. Your collection is becoming along well since started collecting in February. You have 7 water-graded games on, a few more sealed games ready to send off. There we go, Addy. There we go. Hopefully with those games you send off, you'll be able to sell off a few and bring down your cost basis, and at that point, you're crushing.
Next lot. $120.
At that point, you are crushing. John Elway, quarterback, 9.0 A+.
Fair warning.
No bids on it yet, but I kind of expect this to sell for a decent amount. Being John Elway. I mean, you know, at this point, I'm kicking a dead horse, repeating myself by saying sports games have kind of blown up, but... no one wants John Elway. Oh, they do want John Elway. I was wrong. They're still going. That Anticipation was first print.
Fair warning.
What differentiates Anticipation, Joseph? I'm not aware of a small warranty, I guess. I'm not aware of a variant on Anticipation. I thought they all sucked. Is it the early seal versus having a late seal? Oval versus round on Anticipation? That's my guess now that I look at it, but I wasn't aware Anticipation had a variant. John Elway for $300. Outselling Golgo 13, 9.4 A+. Legend of Zelda, here's a 5.5 CIB Rev A round. What's that make it? Like a third print at minimum? Box is a 4.5, card is a 6.5, the manual's a 5.5. Water damage on the box, tears and tape on the map. That's a rough specimen there. Still sold for $228. That's nuts. That is nuts. The position of the Rev A, under seal of quality versus on top of seal of quality. Oh, damn, Joseph. Damn, that is that nuanced knowledge. Yeah, I was not aware of that one on Anticipation. That's really cool. Always love learning about new variants, even if it's on a game like Anticipation. Hopefully you picked it up, Joseph. $53, I mean, it's hard to complain. Legends of the Diamond, 9.4 A+ for $336 into Lone Ranger. Kind of expensive. Only 1 copy is graded higher, 12 graded copies. It is Konami, 9.4 A on it. I think the cartridge is in like the $50 range. The CIB is in like the 100 to 150, I think. It's been a long time since I've looked at Lone Ranger, but it was always a game that had a bit of value. Piggyback and Future Press guides were actually good. Yeah, they were great. Exactly, those were great. Good to know you hadn't heard of Piggyback before, but now I do. Yeah, if you start digging into guidebooks more, Mike, you're gonna see a lot of Piggyback, and like, they're beautiful guides. They did collector's editions, like, very, very nice guidebooks. Very thick as well. You're starting a modern collection off with sending out PS5 horror titles. Very cool, Frank. That sounds like a great direction to go on if you have to choose a direction. Horror always does well. In like every form of media, horror does well, so. The Lone Ranger brought in $576 on the 9.4A. Here's a Lunar Pool. I think this is a second print of Lunar Pool, but I can't remember what the first print is. Is the first print just no Rev A on Lunar Pool? Joseph, you still in here? Let me know about Lunar Pool. Also, I do want a price check on John Elway quick, just to see. 9.4A went for $456 back in July 6th. February 1st, a 9.4A plus for $900. John Elway. What is this? 9.0A plus $300? It's actually a pretty strong sale compared to the July 6th sale of a 9.4A. Like that's a pretty solid sale at $300. Not too shabby, John. Not too shabby. Power Punch 2. Mike Tyson's Punch Out 2 that never happened. They probably talk about it here. It may be called Power Punch 2. There's only Power Punch. There is no Power Punch 1. Game was intended to feature Mike Tyson, but then Tyson had, well, issues. You know what happened with Mike Tyson. So, are the turnaround times at WATA back to normal? Yes, they are actually, Koala in the basement. As of right now, I'm pretty sure people are actually getting their stuff back faster than the posted turnaround times on the website. So, they're doing much better. They're doing much better. The Punisher 9.2B plus. Really cool game. Really cool game. Also, I saw a frickin' clip. This was an old clip now, probably a year ago or so. But Dr. Disrespect bought like a high-graded copy of The Punisher. Never know who's buying graded games out there. When everyone's like, oh, who's spending thousands on these things? You literally never know. People like frickin' Dr. Disrespect and Mizkif exist in the world. And they collect stuff, so it was pretty cool to see. Renegade 7.5B plus. We saw Renegade do pretty good at the last weekly, I think, actually, where it sold pretty solid. Craig, you took down the Punisher 1110. Let's take a peek at that in just a second here. We have a 9.8 Shingen here. I want to see if it gets any love. Not the, like, there's not a ton of notoriety with Shingen here, but I'm probably saying that wrong. It's probably not Shingen the ruler, but that's what I've said in my head for the past 10 years, so we're going to keep doing that.
$600. Fair warning. $650. $700.
No Rev A on Lunar Pool. There's an in-between variant too. Okay, there we go. No white drop shadow on the logo, then one with white drop shadow. Joseph, you've got all the information, man. I love it. Thank you. No Rev A on Lunar Pool. That's what I thought. You're 2 weeks past your completion date at VGA? Yes, VGA is still behind on every posted date as far as I know. As well as I think they're still behind on their invoicing, I believe. I haven't submitted to VGA in a little bit now, but I think they're still behind on invoicing as well. And Shingen did actually bring in some premium at $1,000. Like, that's not bad for a game that no one really cares about. Highest graded copy, 9.8, 11 of them total on the thing, $1,000 on Shingen. Snake's Revenge, 8.0A. Really cool game. Metal Gear, but kind of a spin-off, like, also known as Snake's Revenge Metal Gear 2. Yeah, is it? Is it though?
Fair warning.
Kojima's not involved, but I thought it was just Snake's Revenge. I thought it wasn't even like I know it's part of the Metal Gear games and it's still Ultra, but like, you know what I mean? Not Metal Gear 2 type thing. But let's take a peek. The Power Punch 2 actually felt kind of light as well. $384 for 9.4A. I'm pretty sure I sold a VGA 90 of this game in like 2014 for more. So that's crazy.
Fair warning.
The 9.8 A++ for 2640. 8.5 A+ back in July Signature brought in 780. The 9.8 A++ sold for 8,400. April 5th, 2021. Wow. Then it dipped all the way to 2,600. Wow. And yeah, 8.5 A plus went for 780. This is now 9.4, selling for literally half. Kind of late on Power Punch 2, especially considering it is a pseudo-sequel to Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Like, it is a pseudo-sequel. It will always have that going for it. I'm surprised that gets no value. It's interesting.
$20,000.
Here's the big one. Mario Bros 9.0A plus. We're going to price check on this as well. Last production promo copy.
Fair warning.
We'll see what this brings in. I already think this is right in line with where it should go. Somewhere in the 20 to 30 range. Sold for $22,800. Here's Mario Bros 3 8.0A plus. Right after this one, we'll go take a peek. $22,800 on the 9.0A plus Super Mario Bros.
Fair warning.
We shall see in just a second how that's doing.
Next lot. 200.
WATA very fast right now for me. At least got my turbo back in hands 24 business days. Wow, don't pay for Warp Zone. Look at that. That's really quick, Tyzier. Damn. You were thinking to send stuff to VGA. Interesting to see that info. Might have to go with WATA. Got some rare sealed vintage Pokemon games. Been hesitant to send them anywhere. Damn, Koala. That's those are good games no matter where you send them. Those are good games no matter where you send them. Their voicemail is full. Doesn't seem like they've hired anyone. Yeah, that's like the vibe I get too. Here Comes Comics. Is that VGA is like really badly behind but hasn't really done anything. It's weird. So Mario Bros. 8.5A, same print, sold for $15,600. So moving up to a 9.0A plus costs $7,200 right now to bump one seal grade and one box grade. Kind of expensive there. And then if we go back to April 5th, this is our best comp. It is literally a comp. Might be the same game. Let's take a peek at that. But $26,400 came down $3,600 there. So not down much, you know, given the overall economy slump and everything considered. It's down about 15% from the last time it came up for auction. It is a different copy of the game. I figured it was going to be, but gotta check that stuff. Yeah, down about 15%, 20%? 15-ish, 17-ish% from the last time it sold at open auction. Kind of makes sense. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad.
$280.
Power Punch 2 started out as Mike Tyson's Intergalactic Punch-Out. Sorry, Mike Tyson's Intergalactic Power Punch. Exactly. Like, Power Punch 2 will always have that notoriety, which is why I'm surprised it just, like, got no love here. No love at all there at $384. I kind of wish I would have bought it. It's just a cool game to have. The Punisher 9.2B plus or $1,100. The 8.5A plus sold for $1,440 back in March. The 9.8A plus for $13,000 back in October. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, Punisher. Sunday, May 3rd, 2020, $1,320. It's down $200 since May 2020. And the big question is this the same copy? Look at that. Holy shit. That is like, is that the 9th submission WATA ever had? That's the lowest serial number I've ever seen. That's crazy. That's so funny. Well, let's see if this is the same one. I feel like it is then. It has to be, right?
$110.
Yep, same copy. So the person assumedly held for 2 years and lost $200.
$150.
Kind of crazy. I wonder who submitted that. That had to be like, I don't want to say like the WATA Inner Circle insider, but like to be that early of a submission number, that's crazy.
$70, $75, $80, $85. $90, $95, $100.
Did WATA ever say what was holding up the rest of the pop reports? Not really super junk, but they like Dan Gomez has said that they're just like crunching the data and basically redoing the systemization of some stuff and how they classify some variants and stuff. So the best reason that exists, as far as I know at this point, is just they're crunching all the data together and making it as consistent, readable, legible as possible. But also, I don't want to get his name wrong. Andrew, I believe, the head of grading now, said that there should be a pop report update in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Or the next few weeks. I don't want to give an actual timeline. But said there'll be a pop report update in the, next few weeks. He responded to one of my Instagram posts, which was pretty cool of him. So we might get some new stuff soon. Might get some new stuff soon in that respect.
Fair warning.
Talked about the WATA pop report delay as per the head grader and database manager sharing. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Power Collectors has the information on the podcast. So you guys can check out more information there. Oh yeah, you can't post a link in chat. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Which also reminds me that I was supposed to post a link in chat. I'll hit you guys up at the hour. Top of the hour, we'll get some links in chat. Moving into Super Nintendo block, though. Arrow the Acrobat 7.80A for 192. Brutal Paws of Fury 8.08 Plus for 276. Double Dragon 5 The Shadows Fall 9.2B for 432.
Fair warning.
Does Double Dragon have a Majesco print?
$70.
I don't think it does. 432 again, Double Dragon, like that. Oh, wow. Oh, back in 2019. Have they not offered one since 2019? There's no way. That's crazy if so. 9.68 Plus got 588.
Fair warning.
And there's one coming up at the July 15th. The signature auction, 9.48 Plus.
$20.
I guess maybe they don't ever get these in. Damn, that's crazy. Double Dragon 5. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest 8.5A.
$550. $600.
Punisher was the best deal so far.
$650.
Just a regular blue Absolute Mint that you bought a while ago and you're keeping in acrylic, as well as some copies of Sapphire, Emerald, Ruby, Leaf Green, Fire Red, Wow Koala.
$550.
That's great, man. That's a great stash you have. NES finished already. Your time has expired on Greg chat. Joseph, man, you're a walking encyclopedia. I always appreciate you being here. Also a bit scary on a condition sense to buy early WATA grades. Yeah, you definitely want to look at them. You definitely want to, I mean, you want to look at every graded game, like never forget that. Never look at the label and take your eyes for granted. Like, not every graded game is made equally. Always look at them. Mystic Quest sold for $720. I do want a price check on that. Killer Instinct in 9.28 Plus for 660. Here's King Arthur's World 8.08. Game that we don't see often at all. Let's load up Mystic Quest here. I just like Final Fantasy, so I like seeing what they do. Any Mario ones? There was a oval. Unless you're talking to someone else. But an oval sold today. Hey Greg, how low in price is WATA and VGA's prices game graded being? Right now WATA is asking 40 for modern, but VGA is 90 minimum. VGA at one point in time, Jordan, was $29. That was their like economy tier. VGA has said nothing about when they'll be opening up cheaper tiers or like, you know, nothing. I don't know if $29 VGA grading will ever come back. So 40 modern WATA is the cheapest, and then I think it's 60 for every other WATA slowest tier game if you want to submit. And I think that's right in line with VGA right now. Unless VGA is 90 minimum, in which case, holy shit. It's even more expensive than I thought at minimum. Kirby's Dream Course 7.5A. We saw a higher grade one sell for like $1,500 last week? 2 weeks ago? Sold pretty strong. So here's a lower grade one now.
$480.
Double Dragon 5 was terrible? Yeah, I've heard that, Retro Habit. I've heard that. But I mean, hey, it's Double Dragon, right? If you want to own the Double Dragon games, you need to have Double Dragon 5 in there. It's like Rocky 5. It's just like the sore thumb of the collection, you know? What the heck's up with number 5 being terrible?
$100.
Lester the Unlikely. Is this an AVGN game? I feel like Angry Video Game Nerd did a big one on Lester the Unlikely. It resonates in my mind for some reason. I feel like it was an AVGN one.
$200. Fair warning. $240. Fair warning.
Selling your 9.4 A plus Minecraft 360 first release. What would be a good starting price to ask?
$160.
I don't even know Michael Yates. You'd have to check out the heritage numbers. I can check in just a little bit here, but you'd have to check out the heritage numbers for where 9.4 where first release Minecrafts have fallen. Here's Mario the early years 8.0 B plus. That felt like a steal as well at $420. Sorry, I'm just gonna price check on this one. 8.0 B plus for Mario Fun with Numbers, $420. 8.5A sold December 9, 2021 for $1,000. And there's one coming up in the signature, actually, on July 15th, 8.5A plus. It's not easy to find these Mario learning games. Obviously, they get into like a subset of Mario collecting.
$120.
Fun with numbers, there's 4 of them. And the highest is 8.5. So you get into that subset of like, these aren't, I don't even think they're Nintendo. Who the hell made these? It's this company. It's this company that brought us gems. The Software Toolworks that brought us gems like Mario's. Did they do Mario's Time Machine and Mario is Missing on the NES as well? That gem of a company that just churns out the winners.
$42.
But yeah,
$6.
obviously, like, you know, it's still Mario, not easy to find. It's cool. I'm surprised it didn't get a little bit more love. And the Mystic Quest I wanted to take a peek at. Just want to say, too, I appreciate your content a lot. You got a lot of good info from your videos. Wish you much success. Thank you, Koala in the Basement. I appreciate it, man. Greatly appreciate it. Mystic Quest was an 8.5A for $720. 8.5A sold for $960 January 11th. So there you go. With the introductory price sticker, same variant. It's down $240 since its last sale in January.
$170.
Damn, kind of considerable, honestly. I thought Mystic Quest still did pretty good at $720, but feeling the effects, man. Feeling the effects. It's hard. It's hard to overcome the macro environment. You know what I mean?
Fair warning. $200. Fair warning.
Rocky 4 is the best. Can't beat that soundtrack. Yeah, Rocky 4 is literally one of my favorite movies ever, Brandon. Like, I know it's cheesy as hell. I know it's basically one big montage, but like, there's no movie that gets me as fired up as Rocky 4. It's fucking incredible. It is incredible. Rocky 4 is incredible.
Fair warning.
Mickey's Dangerous Chase, 9.4A here. Sold for $1,920. That's a lot for Mickey's Dangerous Chase. I didn't see that one coming. Pokemon Blue, 8.0A plus early Rattata, I believe.
Fair warning.
Yeah, it's Rattata print on the Pokemon Blue. I can sometimes tell just by looking at the corner there, you can see that it kind of Y-folds in. Because like the sides of the box, like you can tell if it's a double-ended box or a Y-fold box just by looking at the front of it. But you have to like train your eyes for it. And even then, like, that's a low-res photo. But $1,920 on Blue. Let's peek. Let's peek really quick on Blue. 8.0A plus. I need to type it in. Bastards. They didn't give me the numbers. View more. I don't want to miss the Pokemon Pinball. Because Pokemon Pinball North American is about to go up against Japanese. And I think that's interesting.
$550.
Most recent sales. What do we got? 7.5. That's a Sandshrew print. 8.5A plus Rattata for $2,160.
Next lot.
Pokemon Pinball, 9.0A plus. Pokemon Pinball, I don't think it's that common. I don't think it's that common to find Pokemon Pinballs sealed. I'll check the pop report in just a second here.
Next lot.
9.0A plus just pushed 1,140. Here's the Japanese one now in 85 plus. As far as I know, the Japanese one is kind of easy to find, actually, but you have to get it out of Japan. Japanese games are really weird like that. It's either, like, very available, as in there's new case packs and, like, just new old stock floating around, or they literally don't exist. It's one of the two with Japanese games. And the other part about Japanese games, if you don't know anything about them, I'm still new to getting into this, so I'm just sharing information that, you know, I've had to learn myself. Cardboard Japanese games, basically all of them. I don't want to say literally all of them because there might be exceptions, but they don't have shrink wrap on them. So there is no seal, there is no shrink wrap. If you want to get a standard VGA grade on this item, like without the qualified, you have to have a box that has literally never been opened. And you can see why that gets difficult, right? That is in itself very difficult. It's very difficult because people have a new game and literally open it to check. So, yeah, it's interesting.
$220.
Yeah, that game was an AVGN game. We made a parody where the fifth Less to the Unlikely for PS4 is made out of the... Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. I thought that was an AVGN game. I figured. Yes, they did. Also, Software Toolworks made the Miracle Piano teaching system. Nice. I still have that thing literally sitting beside me. I meant to sell it off months ago. There's the logo right on it.
Next lot.
I'd pick up my, I'd show you guys my piano, but like it's covered in dust too, and I don't want to make a mess again. Everything in this room is just freaking dusty at this point. I need the dust.
Fair warning.
Moving into N64 though, well first, sorry, the Pokemon Pinball American version absolutely crushed the Japanese version, which it should. 1140 for the American version, 360 for the Japanese version, and Pokemon Puzzle Challenge was also Japanese version for 252.
28.
Perfect Condition Gauntlet Legends is down to 384 now. They just, I don't know, at some point we'll find an inflection for 9.8A++ Gauntlet Legends, but there's a lot of them. Same with Hydro Thunder, 9.8A++, 720 there. Literally almost twice the price of Gauntlet, but there's a lot of Hydro Thunder out there as well. Lego Racers, 9.6A+ for 312. Moving into a couple of GBA games until we hit GameCube. There was something else, though, that I wanted to look at. The Pop Report on Pokemon...
$4.
Game Boy Color Pokemon Pinball, which I can't type in. They should get rid of that inflection on the E.
$8.
Pokemon Pinball. I guess there's a variant for it. But we have 34 on there, which actually isn't bad. Like, that's kind of high. That puts it at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8th most graded Game Boy Color game. Kind of high on Pokemon Pinball, actually.
$22.
Like, 34, it's relativity. But as far as Game Boy Color games go,
Fair warning.
it's up there.
$24.
Let me get caught up on you guys.
Fair warning.
Game Boy games always have the best box art. I wish Game Boy games CIB and sealed were easier to collect. It's just like, it's so hard to collect CIB and sealed Game Boy. They just don't exist. Can't figure out why Heritage doesn't always show the price history for certain games. For example, that Pokemon Blue you looked at. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a glitch in their system where sometimes you don't get all of the comps to pop up immediately. I have no idea. I have no idea. It's just like one of those things, whatever, right?
38.
I just have to click into it.
40.
And finding, what was this, an 8.0 A+ that just sold today?
$44.
Can't even remember now what it was.
46.
An 8.0 A+ for 1920. It's hard to find an 8.0.
Fair warning.
8.0 CIB, 8.0 Rattata, that's the one that just sold right now. What else do we got?
$36.
8.0 A+ Sandshrew for literally twice the price. 8.0 A+ Rattata back in July, of course, selling for twice the price. So, I mean, if you want to go back to July, it's literally 50%, but we don't see many 8.0 A+ come up, actually.
Fair warning.
Which is kind of surprising? I don't know. Casper Spirit Dimension, moving into GameCube games. Oh, the disc is loose inside of the case. Also, always make sure to look at this when you're bidding. Sometimes there are little notes in the description. And like, maybe some of you don't care about a loose disc. I personally do. Also, Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. You guys know that. I rented Sagas right when it came out.
$75.
It's literally one of the worst Dragon Ball Z games ever made. Like, it sucks. It absolutely sucks, especially considering how much hype there was. Like, this game was supposed to be... Like, if you ever played Marvel Ultimate Alliance or any of those other multiplayer beat-em-up type games, this was going to be one of those. But it was absolutely awful. Which is a shame, because Sagas, like, I really wanted Sagas to be good. But it sucks. $104 for the 9.0 A+.
$28.
Driven, 9.08, 9.4 A+.
$44.
Features voice acting by Sylvester Stallone, baby.
Fair warning. $65.
You have to care about a loose disc unless you're opening it and the outside is mint. Not sure what new matters if a disc is... Yeah, it's weird, right? It's weird, JK. It's like the contents inside don't matter because we're literally never going to open it. But at the same time, I just don't like the idea of a loose disc inside. I just hate the idea of like a maraca. You know what I mean? So, loose disc and mold games are where it's at? Yes. We need to find the moldy GameCube games with loose disc. The ultimate pedigree.
$4.
Driven brought in $89 to the 9.4A plus. Prisoner of Azkaban in a 9.0 brought in $109. Here's Prisoner of Azkaban again in an 8.0A. Selling for half the price, not even half the price. Oh, we got some bids. We got some bids on Azkaban. Come on. Come on, Harry Potter fans.
$8.
I mean, realistically, if you're collecting sealed GameCube, I don't think you can go wrong at most of these prices.
$40.
So. Greg, are we getting a room tour anytime soon? Or an OnlyFans? Asking for a friend. Wink, wink. Yes, we'll get room tour collection tour soon. Soon. Soon, Jay. Soon. In July, I want to have at least one type of collection type video up. Be it like a segmented collection, the sealed collection, the graded collection, the PS2 collection, something. I'll get you guys something up. I'll get you something up. The Prisoner of Alakazam, yes. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Alakazam. My favorite in the series, obviously. The crossover event we didn't know we needed. The Schrodinger's disc thing gets me. I don't want to know that the cat is dead in the box, even if it doesn't matter. Exactly, right?
$70. $75.
Exactly. It's weird that it does matter, but yes, I don't want to know that the cat is dead in the box. I'd rather just like it loses the illusion of you have too much knowledge. If the disc is loose, you have too much knowledge. That's where it falls apart for me. I don't want to know the condition inside. Also, Hulk 9.4A plus. Again, selling at like $109 for 9.4A plus. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 Card Revolution from a factory sealed 4-pack actually. That's interesting.
$46.
I don't know if I knew that there were case packs of Phantasy Star Online going around.
Fair warning.
Either way, 9.4A++ on it. Oh, I was just about ended at 44 there, dang. Getting a little bit of love here. Still a Phantasy Star game, so you know, it'll get some push. But obviously not even close to having the notoriety or price point of Phantasy Star Online. Just Phantasy Star Online? 2? The expensive GameCube one of Phantasy Star.
$1, $2, $4, $6.
What percentage of bidders read the back of labels? 1 out of 10? I mean, yeah, like, it just is what it is, you know?
$6.
Even sometimes I forget to look at the frickin' back. Also,
Fair warning. $30.
this has to be a variant of Scorpion King. Right? This has to be a variant of the Scorpion King.
$34.
What do we got here? A free Scorpion King skateboard sticker
$36.
is inside, which hopefully features Dwayne Johnson shirtless in all of his glory.
Fair warning.
Does it show me the sticker? It doesn't even show me the sticker.
Next lot.
There's no way every game had that, right? That has to be a variant.
$20.
Confirm for me that that is a variant. $63 for the Scorpion King. Come on. Oh, Scorpion King can't catch a break out here. That has to be a variant.
Fair warning.
Hulk 9.8A++ went for $270, so $110 for a 9.4 seems kind of pricey. Wow, Frank, I didn't realize that the 9.8A++ only went for $270. If that is the comparison, then yes, $110 for the 9.4 is like kind of expensive. Spyro, A Hero's Tale, 9.6B+ for $94. Seeing factory sealed, like, pretty good grade GameCube sell for $94 is just wild. You know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy. Like, I know a B+ seal sucks, right? Like, that's obviously not good, but still, it's kind of crazy to see it. 9.4A+ here on Enter the Dragonfly.
$120.
Speaking of loose discs, will WATA grade a CIB cart game like SNES or N64 if it doesn't have an insert to hold the game in place? It should.
Next lot.
A CIB cart? That's interesting, Super Junk. I don't know. I doubt it. I think they would just give you one. I think they would just give you an insert at that point. You know what I mean?
Fair warning. Next lot. $32.
It's Phantasy Star 1 and 2 Plus. There we go, Phantasy Star 1 and 2. Yeah, even Phantasy Star, like, without the plus there, still brings in, like, 70, doesn't it? I know 1 and 2 Plus is, like, the big premium, but I think the base 1 and 2 is... It was decently expensive still. I assume it still has decent value.
Fair warning.
Enter the Dragonfly, 139. Star Wars The Clone Wars, 139 as well, 9.4A. Worms Blast, 9.08. See, like, this is the stuff I mean, right? It's crazy because CIB GameCube collectors are absolutely insane. But I feel like those same CIB GameCube collectors who are, like, paying out their ass to own any Mario title on GameCube or get the full set type thing, like, they should just be buying this for 80 bucks.
$650.
You know what I mean? Like, this is such a better purchase than buying the CIB for, I have to assume Worms is 20-ish. It's, you know what I mean? I just have to assume it is, but... Anyways, 9.8 A++ Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, second print. The second print has white ESRB here. The first print is black ESRB here. So, yeah. Second print Fire Emblem, perfect condition. Selling for a pretty decent premium, all things considered.
$900.
Unfortunately, you bought a CAN64 WATA game where the seller didn't list it and WATA didn't list it on the info. Yeah, that'll get you. Not the best Spyro, but I feel like it's pretty low. Just for any name brand GameCube game, right? It just kind of seems low. But, yo, Yugipreneur. Best cure for influenza is your voice, amigo. I appreciate it, dude. Good to have you in here tonight. Scorpion King for the win, yes. You were debating the Hero's Tale, but the B plus killed it? Yeah, I feel like that's how a lot of people are, where they just see the B plus. And for right now, right? Like, right now, we have the luxury of being picky and choosy, and the B plus is like a kill point.
Fair warning.
I feel like at some point, that B plus, you know what I mean? Beggars won't be able to be choosers anymore. Just depends how many years that takes and how popular this hobby becomes.
$440.
Also, this I'm not talking about this because it's 9.8 A++, but it's a Middle Eastern UAE print, worldwide edition. I was really excited the first time I saw it there, but you know, worldwide print there. The Fire Emblem ended at 1,080. Wow.
Fair warning.
Mario Kart Wii 9.4A on this one.
140.
Almost ended at 110 there, damn.
Fair warning.
Holy hell, this is stupid. The Fire Emblem is the reprint. Pretty expensive, man. Pretty expensive for the reprint. It seems that a lot of the lower end graded stuff goes for a premium on Heritage versus eBay, but at the same time, all the GameCube games seem relatively cheap, at least CIB versus Sealed. Yeah, it's just the delta between CIB and Sealed there that was getting me, Frank. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like Spyro Enter the Dragonfly has to be $20 to $30. Spyro Hero's Tale, it has to be $20 to $30, right? Are those games really that cheap CIB? Because if they aren't, and you can just go to a sealed graded copy for like $60 more, it's a no-brainer, right? The value is just there.
$110.
Mario Sports Mix 9.6A Plus for $159. Resident Evil Archives 9.6A Plus. Or 0, sorry. Resident Evil 0 from Resident Evil Archives, blah, 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 blah. A reprint of Resident Evil 0. Sold for $137. Simon Space, $6.90 donation. Supra Manfred Galaxy Amy. Here it is. Super Manfred Galaxy Amy.
Next lot.
9.48 plus 276. The Mario Galaxies, man. Ever since that price shot up, people sent them in for grading. It's the inevitable outcome, right? We need to flush the supply of them. I still fully believe in Mario Galaxy in the future, but we gotta flush that supply. And here is the titular game, the titular game of this week's auction for myself. 9.8 A++, first print. Xenoblade Chronicles. What do you guys think?
Fair warning.
What do you guys think? That's too cheap right now still, I think.
You've been outbid.
$50.
660 now, 630.
Fair warning. $600.
Now we're getting a little bit more to where I think this should fall. I mean, what do you guys think? Xenoblade Chronicles. What are the future What are the future Wii Grails that you should own?
$50.
This is a first print of Xenoblade Chronicles. Again, you can tell by the ESRB here. It's black, not white. So, like, you can differentiate first prints versus the other prints. I kind of think, yeah, right as Ryan. I kind of think Xenoblade,
$50.
I think there's a lot of potential for Xenoblade in the future. I think there is.
Next lot.
Currently closed at
$170.
$840 for a 9.8 A++ Xenoblade.
Fair warning.
I just don't know how hoarded the first print was on this game. You know what I mean? Because obviously after they printed it again, that's when everyone was holding Xenoblade Chronicles. It got a Game Quest Direct, I believe, did the reprint, or was it GameStop? One of the two companies did a big reprint on it, and yeah,
Fair warning.
I just don't know how hoarded the first prints are. 840 for Xenoblade Chronicles.
Next lot.
I don't know. It's one that I think,
$70.
like, I want to own a copy. I would want to own a copy into the future.
Fair warning.
I think Xenoblade has a lot more notoriety than Xenogears, Jay. Call me crazy, but I know they're, you know, like pseudo-sequels, part of the same series type thing. But I think Xenoblade has a lot more notoriety these days.
Fair warning. $260.
Been enjoying your videos after acquiring my first graded sealed game when buying out a collection. Keep up the good work. Started the graded game collection with an 8.0 sealed Harvest Moon 64. Damn Wooden Leg Studios. That's a great game to start the collection with.
$80.
A great game to start the collection with. I don't know if a 000 exists on Super Mario Galaxy, Hopper. Does it? If you can confirm that there's a Japanese Super Mario Galaxy, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear about it. As far as I knew, all galaxies were equal.
$750.
You have two that are going to nearly be 9.8 on Galaxy. The price drop has scared me to send them in for now. Yeah, JK, like if you have 9.8 galaxies, I'd probably hold. I would probably hold until, like I said, some of that supply flushes itself out into the market. Some of it goes into collectors' hands. You know what I mean? Just wait for the saturation to calm down a bit. Also, the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD 9.4A Plus for $216. I'm pretty sure a raw copy of this game is close to 100. 70 to 100 bucks. Not bad to just get the 9.4A Plus for $216. Moving into Sega Genesis here. Batman Forever 9.6A Plus for 200 bucks. Wow.
Next lot.
Columns, oh my god, I couldn't say it. Sega Classic 9.4A for $288. The Gadget Twins, which is a grid box, actually, which is a bit surprising there. $960. Is this a grid style box? No, it's not. It's Game Tech. It looks like a grid style. I'm surprised this sold for almost $1,000 on Gadget Twins. Damn. John Madden Football 7.0 CIB here with a 4.5 box. Wow. 9.2 cart, 9.0 manual. That's an interesting way to get a 7.0. And Jeopardy 9.68 plus plus for 180. Alex Trebek bringing in the high grade there to save himself from being a loser of the week. Threw some bids on it, but not passionate about it. Xeno in the bag. CCT grabbed the Xenogears. Very nice, dude. I mean, I think so. I think it's a good future one to own, but RPGs just don't seem to do as well. I always think they'll pop, but they usually don't. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel right now about Xenoblade. Like, it just didn't really pop as much as I thought it would.
$460.
It just feels like if that Xenoblade would have went up, say, 6 to 8 months ago, it feels like that could have sold for over 4 figures, you know what I mean? 4-figure game for sure if it would have came up just months ago. The current climate just isn't there, I guess, to pop that. Pop in a recession? Let me know your tips. Yeah, fair enough, man, right? The current climate just isn't there for that game to pop. Either way, I'd like to own one. Right now, you're holding Xenoblade, Xenogears, and Xenosaga 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Xenosaga 1, 2, 3 were cheap for the longest time as well. Not Xenosaga 3, but Xenosaga 1 and 2 were, like, really cheap for a long time. I mean, they're still not that valuable, all things considered. But I don't want to talk over Michael Jackson Moonwalker here, 9.2B+. We're going to check a price on this afterwards as well. It's doing quite well. Over $2,000 already. Is the Xenoblade first print? Yes, Corndog Steve, it is. You don't think there are any 00 Galaxies? I don't think there are either, Alma. I haven't seen it anyway. I looked at a lot of copies looking for variants, like, 6 months to a year ago, and I didn't see anything. But Smash is going to buoy it along a la FE. The fuck?
Next lot.
Smash is going to bring Xenoblade along just like Fire Emblem. Just wait for a true standout Xeno title and it will run up in value. You're happy? Well, I mean, fuck, Xenoblade 3 is coming, CCT. Xenoblade 3 is coming, man. That could be the one. That could be the one. You have 3 Xeno 3s, you think they keep dipping? That's funny. 9.6A plus for 13,000, 9.8A plus for 38,000. Is that really the only times we've seen Michael Jackson? Okay, here we go. We got a couple more. No, we don't. 9.8A plus plus. Oh, European version and a CIB. Damn, it just never comes up, hey? Moonwalker just never comes up. And we have one coming up in the signature. July signature auction.
$150.
We have Michael Jackson Moonwalker, 9.4A. Damn. That's crazy. 3,120 gets you the 9.2B plus. Oh man, I have so many tabs.
Fair warning.
Let me just clean this up a little bit. Got the Scorpion King open still. Oops. Let me go over to Genesis. I'm just curious how many Moonwalkers are there? 8. There's only 8 of them. We've seen the 9.8, the 9.6, the 9.2, and now we're going to see a 9.4. Literally half of the population will have went through Heritage Auctions. What I did miss while checking that, 9.6 A++ first print Tube Seam Sonic 2 1560. 9.4 A++ sold for 1,200 just back on June 7th. 9.4 A++ May 31st 1560. There we go. You can now get yourself a 9.6 A++. Exact same price. It took May 31st, June 31st. It took 1 month. In 1 month, you're able to get a 9.6 instead of a 9.4. Same price. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Buying opportunities are everywhere.
Fair warning.
Boya. Booyah. I'm not sure if you're making fun of my, pronunciation on boy, but I had to change the way he worded that whole sentence in order for me to read it.
$360.
You submitted the 9.6 Moonwalker. Damn, Jeff. I don't. What did that one sell for there? 13,200, I think, was the comp on that. It's a nice sale, man. That's a real nice sale on Michael Jackson.
Fair warning.
I don't know how much I like Moonwalker moving into the future.
Next lot.
I don't like being tied to like the celebrities. You know what I mean? Especially a dead one. Really cool game, but I don't know if I'd want to be holding one. You know what I mean? Oh, you submitted it to WATA. I thought you meant Heritage. Doom 9.8 at 500 seems cheap.
Fair warning.
Isn't Doom on 32X kind of case fresh available? Is 32X games on here? I feel like they are not. No, they aren't. I thought Doom 32X was like pretty damn available, which would be hurting its value. I know what you mean, Frank, that like, you know, it's a 9.8 still, but 32X is very not collected. I just feel like Doom is available.
Fair warning.
The weak sell now, the strong buy now. Exactly.
Next lot.
Okay, seems a little high on Doom. Isn't that one very common? Okay, that's what I thought. You sold it privately. Great game, though. Yeah, great game. It honestly is. Michael Jackson Moonwalker. I remember I sat down to test it. Like, the first time I got one in on Sega Genesis, and I literally just sat there for like a couple hours playing it. It's actually a really fun game. Like, you wouldn't think it, right? Michael Jackson Moonwalker, a licensed Sega game, but it's actually really fun. If you have a Genesis emulator, I absolutely do recommend you give Moonwalker a try. It's a fun game. It's a fun game that you wouldn't expect to be fun.
$40. $42. $44. $46. $48.
In your opinion, Doom is a brand. Got a serious bump from those recent entries? Well, yeah, that's the good thing about Doom. Like, you know, we're talking about the 32X being way common and everything, but Doom as a brand is still strong. So, no problem holding on to a strong brand. That's where the, you know, long-term outlook lives in. Strong brands, strong IPs. The stuff you want to be holding on to. 32X would be collected more if there were more available ways to play the games. Well, that's a lot of the issue is Chew. No one did play the games, right? No one has nostalgia for 32X.
Fair warning.
A lot of interest begins at nostalgia and then grows into something more. So if there is no if there is no first nostalgia to draw people to these consoles to collect for them, they just kind of stay obscure. They kind of stay in that no one cares realm. Unless you have an IP, like a single game that is so big that it can transcend being on a shitty console. You know what I mean?
Fair warning.
That's where you get like some value games on bad consoles.
$160.
But you need one of those games that just like bucks the trend.
$170.
Doom on anything other than PC, PS1, and maybe SNES is basically just a novelty purchase.
$190.
Kind of, right?
Fair warning.
Was going to bid on the Doom, but passed at that price. Yeah, I'm sure you'll have another chance at one, JK. I'm sure you'll have another go at one, so. Blue Stinger, 9.68 plus for $216 on the Dreamcast. I don't think we see Blue Stinger often.
$5.
I don't think this one's actually part of the Case Fresh games we see all the time.
$10, $12, $14,
Only copy on the WATA Pop Report. There we go. Okay, we don't see Blue Stinger all the time. That's what I thought. $216.
$30, $34, $36, $38.
We always see Phantasy Star Online version 2, though.
$46.
And we always see Choo Choo Rocket. Here is a literal case of Choo Choo Rocket coming up.
$50.
When it came out on Genesis, it was monumental, Moonwalker. Huge marketing budget for Moonwalker. That's cool. That's actually really cool. I wish I was born for Moonwalker coming out. I feel like this is literally, I wasn't born.
$2. $3.
Yeah, I wasn't born. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm 1993. Was it out on Genesis? I don't think so.
$9.
Came out in 1990. When did the Genesis version come out, though? That's probably the Master.
$16.
The,
$8, $20. $24.
Where the fuck's the Genesis release date? Come on.
$28.
Come on.
$30.
August 24th. No, maybe it was 1990.
$32.
September 1990. Wow. Yeah, 1990. That's nuts. That's actually crazy.
Fair warning.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't born. I am 1993. So I wish I would have been around for the marketing campaign on Moonwalker. Sounds cool.
$95.
You sold Xenosaga 3 and Suikoden 2 a few years ago. Still sticking myself to this day. Master Blaster. I sold Xenosaga 1, 2, 3 in like early 2019, I think. Basically right before the pump happened. Nothing you can do, man. Nothing you can do. If you stick with this hobby, you're going to have way more regrets too. The new regrets make you forget about the old regrets. That's how this hobby works. Did Heritage send out a magazine for tomorrow's auction? I never received one. I must not make the cut anymore. I don't think they did, Simon Space. I didn't get one either, so I don't think they did send out magazines for this one that's coming up. Also, I did miss the top of the hour there. We're moving into PS1 block, but first I have to tell you, if you are interested in consigning with Heritage Auctions, you can check the description of this video. Check the description of this video. I have all of the schedule for the signature and the showcase auctions coming up. If you're interested, there is a link in the description where you can get free appraisals done. Right here, I'm just going to pop that into the chat. If you're interested in getting a free appraisal with Heritage Auctions, you can check out that link right there. If you have any other questions about the consignment process, you can reach out to this email address right there, videogames@ha.com. They are always available to help you guys with the consignment process. They're always taking awesome quality consignments for the weekly auctions or for any of their, if you have games that do get chosen for the showcase and or the signature auctions. Thank you to Heritage for sponsoring this stream.
$34.
And also, if you are comfy, if you are watching, make sure to hit the like button. Really helps out the stream, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight.
Fair warning. Next lot.
$60.
The one that's closing that you guys might have the most interest in, the most likelihood of having games that might get submitted to it is that showcase auction, the 6th generation showcase auction.
75.
Let me go to my options again here. I want to make sure I get the consignment date right. The consignment date for that one is July 7th. That's everything GameCube and later. So if you have some high-grade GameCube, high-grade GBA, PS3, 360, any of that stuff. Consignment deadline for that one's coming up soon. Interesting commercial. I love HA too. Oh yeah, gotta get those commercials in. You guys get commercials now. I don't believe you guys get any ads when you watch the live stream, do you? I have monetization off, so I don't think you get any YouTube ads. I hope you don't get any YouTube ads. So now you get the in-person ad. Dark Stalkers, The Night Warriors, Capcom Fighting, 9.4A plus. Very cool. Very cool. Earlier copies were the long box. This is the jewel release, but still, it's Dark Stalkers. There's good value here in this game.
$460.
And we had Army Men 3D there, sell for $77 in Battle Arena to Shinden, sell for $109. And I do actually just want to check the pop report on Dark Stalkers. Check the pop report on Dark Stalkers.
$40.
Second here. Dark Stalkers, The Night Warriors, 5 of them. There's 2 jewel cases. This is the highest grade jewel case that does exist. Sold for $528 there. Dave Mira just sold for $159. Here's Dave Mira again. The Dave Mira games were actually super fun. You're old but still feel young at heart. That's what it's all about, Jeff. That's what it's all about. You don't have the heart to sell at these prices. It really depends what you're selling, Kevin. It really depends what you're selling. Like, I'm running some auctions on eBay right now, right? It depends what you're selling. There's still stuff popping off in this market, but you have to avoid the stuff that's been oversaturated now. Remember when Dave Mira went for 3.2K? Someone gonna get a steal on this one? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I do remember when that Dave Mira sold for, like, the moon. Literally the moon for Dave Mira there. This 9.48 for 159, I mean, that makes more sense to me, but
$40.
I think it was a 9.8A++ on the Dave. It's pretty crazy.
Fair warning.
Dark Stalkers, I'll be back, exactly.
$55. $60.
Many cards, games, etc. are down 90% off ATH. Yeah, it really isn't uncommon at this point to find 50, 60, 70% off all-time highs, which is wild. Just wild. Dead in the Water, 9.88++ for $270. Descent, long box, 9.6A coming up here. Hi Greg, what do I think of Tom Clancy Rogue Spear at 79 with BP? John Smith, I'm pretty sure it's hard to find Rogue Spear. CIB, is it not? On GBA, I'm pretty sure that Rogue Spear, complete in box, is pretty uncommon to find, unless I'm thinking of a different Rainbow Six game.
Next lot.
But $79, this has to be close to the complete in box price if I am correct about it. It's a steal. If you're deep into the GBA library, that's a steal. Unless I'm mistaking it with a different game. But I'm pretty sure it's Rogue Spear. So, yeah, great price on that. If you pick that up, John Smith, great price. Darkstalkers is Saturn all the way for you. Anything 2D you get on Saturn if possible for 3D PS1. I wish Saturn was like easier to access as well. I never really got into collecting Saturn because it never popped up locally, you know what I mean? I would have had to import every single game I wanted to buy. So.
Fair warning.
You sound just like Greg Doucette. Do I?
Next lot.
Do I sound like Greg Doucette? What, do I just have the same inflections as him? Is it the rhythm of my speech? No one has said I sound like Greg Doucette yet, so. A couple people told me I sound like Gilbert Gottfried, which was also a surprising one.
Next lot.
Crazy,
$20.
crazy. You sound just like Greg Doucette. Crazy. Dracula the Resurrection sold for 9.68 plus there for 159. Ultimate Battle 22, 9.68 for 139. It's kind of expensive for 9.68 on Ultimate Battle 22. Invasion from Beyond 9.88 plus here.
$95.
First time offered by Heritage Auctions. Surprising. This is the only copy on the Pop Report as well? People who are deep into PS1, is this game rare or does no one care about it? I can never decide with some of these PS1 games. The PlayStation 1 library is what, like 2,000 game deep?
Fair warning.
I think it's close to 2,000 games.
Next lot.
50.
No, that can't be true. That has to be the full, like, global library.
70.
1,300 games on the list right there. Yeah, it's tough with these big-ass libraries. I never know if a game is rare or if it's just like no one cares about it. It's always hard to say.
$170. $190.
Wasn't there a Not Safe for Work Dave Mirra game? Was there? Was there CCT? I know there was like BMXXX. That's like all I can think of as far as bike games not safe for work go. May never get a long box Dark Stalkers, but you'll take the jewel case for that. Did you pick it up? Did you pick that one up? You got the Dark Stalkers. Nice, Jeff. Nice. I can't believe how low the Pop Report was. What are my thoughts on the Super Mario Bros. Promotional variants compared to the early first to third? I don't see nearly as many being great, even though the production date sits in 9 to 11. I personally don't care at all for the promotional variants of games. I think like Tyson's Punch-Out, Zelda 1, Dragon Warrior, Mario Bros. Have them. They don't resonate at all for me. I just see them as late print games with, like, I don't differentiate like Oval TM, Oval R, or promotional copies. To me, those are all just super late prints of Mario Bros. I would take whichever one goes the cheapest. That's me personally when it comes down to like nitty-gritty variants like that. Just my own opinion on those though. Some people will feel differently. Jurassic Park The Lost World here, 9.6 A+, is getting some love. Carl, you won the Doom on 32X. There you go, man. So some people in the chat thought the Doom on 32X went cheap. I'm personally a bit on the that's a fair price. 456 though, 9.8 A+. I mean, I don't think you can do too bad buying a perfect condition Doom. So congratulations on the pickup, man. That's a cool game to buy. Cool game to pick up.
$70, $80, $85.
Sup, Greg? How's the TCG rates right now? What do you mean by the TCG rates, Zab, at TERS? When you say rates, what do you mean by that?
$120.
Yeah, Carl in the house. Thanks, you want Doom on everything? Yeah, that's cool. That's what I mean, right? When I say like 32X is niche and stuff, but you get those games that transcend being on a niche console because like Carl just said, there are going to be people who want to buy Doom, right? A game like Doom, which is freaking huge, on every console it was released for. And that's a great collection. You know?
Next lot.
$7.
Very cool collections to buy, especially when you get into those older games that were released on multiple consoles where they look completely different. Like the Super Nintendo cover looks different than the Saturn cover, which looks different than the 32X cover. So it's really cool. Yeah, Doom on GBA is low-key a niche grail. Yeah, so is frickin' Doom 2, Super Junk. Doom 2 is even harder to get on GBA as far as I know. So y'all slept on Toshinden even at that grade? Not one that means anything to me, JK. Toshinden is not a series or a game that I know anything about. And it's an NFR? What's NFR about Toshinden? Where did it come from? Or is it just hole punched?
Fair warning.
Where did not for resale Toshinden come from? That's really interesting. I missed that on the first go around there. Where was this packed in or where was this released? I didn't realize there was a not for resale battle arena. That's kind of neat.
$2.
Medieval 8.5B plus sold for $180. The Lost World Jurassic Park 9.68 plus ended at $528. Pocket Fighter 9.68 plus plus for $139. Pocket Fighter, there are cases available out there. It's not quite as available as Ultimate Battle 22, I don't think, but there's a lot out there. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Greatest Hits 9.88 plus. Beautiful green. Beautiful green. Are graded cards price still in a bubble? No. No. Graded prices have collapsed the same as most collectibles at this point, Zabiters. If you are interested in buying up some graded cards, if you have interest in graded cards, prices are down almost across the board on everything. So, much better time to be a buyer than it was 1 year ago.
$80.
Toshinden was a pack-in. Interesting. I did not realize that that game was a pack-in. Very cool.
$85.
Doom 1 and 2, Duke, Wolf, yeah. Serious Sam on GBA, epic set to collect, yes. Yes, Super Junk. All of those are like decently hard to get though. Like Wolfenstein, Serious Sam, Duke Nukem, Doom 1 and 2. As far as I've seen anyway, none of those are widely available to just pick up factory sealed on GBA. They're cool. Have I been on break for a couple weeks? First stream to pop up in your feed in a while. Thought you may have gone on vacation or something? Yes. I went to Costa Rica for 2 weeks, and then I had COVID for 2 weeks. So, about a month off from streaming, all things considered. Kind of crazy. But that's why it's been a while for you. AJI3 Sales. Glad you popped in here, man. Good to see you. X-Men Mutant Academy 2, 9.2A+. plus. Only 3 copies higher, just 9 total. Pretty cool. Pretty cool Wolverine cover. X-Men's cool.
Fair warning.
Greg, are we able to sell items through me? I thought you mentioned that something on your last video. You aren't able to, Mike, at this time. With me being in Canada, it does create a little bit of an issue with the border and stuff like that. There is no, like, I'm not set up to have consignments come in under my name or anything. It might happen in the future. I mean, we'll see how my relationship with Heritage Auctions goes, right? But at this time, you cannot submit under my name. Yeah, I cannot submit stuff for you. I can't sell stuff for you. I can't do anything for you in that regard. I can answer some questions about Heritage. I can answer some questions about consignment. I can help you get into the right place with the right people, but you can't submit under my name.
Fair warning.
The not for resale is the common variant of Toshinden. Black Label Jewel is the rare variant. Interesting. Interesting. Not your local financial advisor, but folks, don't forget there's tendies to be made in the video game market, but don't forget to make some positions in the stock market at its current discount. Yes. I like to assume most people who are buying graded games, graded collectibles also do have, you know, real investments too, real investments, stock market assets, whatever you want to call them. I assume most of us here do. But that was Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, 9.8A plus for 336, and the Mutant Academy ended at 204. Kind of seems low for Mutant Academy, no? Document of Metal Gear Solid 2, 9.8A plus on this one. I assume it will get a little bit of love, and then we actually move into a God of War security strip there, 9.6A. That'll be interesting.
$160.
Well, you never see it come up on eBay for a while at least. Guys, take care on the Jack 2. It's not a first print. Greatest hit sticker removed. That is interesting. It has to be though, doesn't it? Spacebird. So if the greatest hit sticker was removed, let's just see what it says on the label here. First party YC greatest hit sticker removed. So I assume that there was a greatest hits, like when Black Label copies survive at the store for too long, they would come in with stickers and throw the greatest hits banner on top right here. So that sticker was clearly removed, which then unveils that it was a Black Label copy all along. But I assume there is remnant or pressing, you know what I mean? You can tell when a sticker's been removed, which I assume is what WATA did to note there. But like, you know, it's interesting then. Is it a first print of the game? Like, I kind of think it still is.
$180.
You know what I mean? If they added that sticker post-factory, like that's a retail sticker that would have been applied. This didn't get bids. This God of War didn't get bids. Did it not sell yet? Are we not there yet?
Fair warning.
Yeah, sold for $750. I don't think it got a single live bid. I think it was sitting at $750 there. Damn. We'll price check on this. But if it was sitting at retail as a black label copy and then had a sticker applied at the retail level,
Fair warning.
like, I don't know. It's kind of still a sticker, you know what I mean? Or a first print. Like, if it sells for a, if it sells for a major discount, let's say, whoever buys it, I think, like, makes a great purchase. Like, I don't think something like that should hurt the value that much. But it's an interesting discussion as to if something like that should matter.
100.
Is that a form of restoration? Is that, you know what I mean? Like, does that ruin a black label print?
Fair warning.
I don't know. God of War 9.6A, $750.
22.
9.6A, we need to find ones with security strip only. 9.6A plus a promo punch copy back in January 29th, sold for $1,440. Literally twice the price to get a 9.6A plus back in January. That was at a signature, mind you. That's crazy.
Fair warning.
$1,440 to get the promo copy.
$130.
Wow.
$140.
God of War. Feeling the effects of too many coming to the market. Feeling the effects. Grand Theft Auto Trilogy sold for $139. All three of the Grand Theft Autos there. And Gran Turismo 4 9.68 plus for $264. Here's Grand Theft Auto Vice City 8.5B plus real print of the game. Another game though, even these early print copies have been feeling the effects of too many of them being graded. Am I friends with Mizkif now? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, me and Mizkif, we're not actually friends. Maybe someday.
$90.
Yeah, the border agent might open your sealed games. Exactly, Jay. Like, anytime you have to cross the border and stuff, it just adds complications, so. Being in Canada just adds that extra layer where it's like, you know? Makes it riskier. Makes it riskier for everything. It's a first print unless there's another first print. You could see God of War going a lot higher in the future. Yes, I think God of War is great to hold on to. You know, like the price is coming down now on God of War, but you got to be thinking 3, 5, 10 years in the future. God of War will still probably be an insanely relevant franchise on the PS7, right? Like, that God of War game that came out on PS4 was fucking incredible. The momentum's there. The momentum's there. I think God of War is going to be going on for a long time, so.
$180. $190.
Here's the Jack 2, 9.88 plus. We'll price check it when it closes just to see if anything, just to see, you know what I mean?
$220.
We'll see if this does sell at a discount versus what's sold prior.
$240. $260.
Curious to see if this later print Katamari draws any bids. I'm curious to know if people know that it's a later print Katamari Super Junk. Right? How savvy are people on Katamari Damacy? Do people know? I'd argue not really. I would argue it's a slim amount of people who know that there's two prints on Katamari. But we'll see what happens with it. Yeah, border agents are waiting to break the game in half. It's not even a joke. You're back, had to get some food? Nice. I had some ravioli before the auction. I'm all juiced up. It might just not get any bids though. Here's Jack 2, 9.88 plus sold for $336. That feels low.
$130.
It feels low.
Fair warning.
9.68 plus went for $288.
Next lot.
I mean, you can go up to the 9.8 for another $50. This was back on June 14th. That's only 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, a 9.6 sold for $50 less. I don't know. I think this is a steal. Like, if the 9.6 is going to sell for that, if the only issue with this game is that there was a post-retail greatest hit sticker applied to it for some point, I don't know. I think it's great. The Katamari sold for $149. So either people do know that it's the reprint version, or no one cares in general, Super Junk. One of the two. One of the two there. Kingdom Hearts 2 9.4A went for $200. Really?
$32.
It's
$34.
Kingdom Hearts 2, damn, getting beat up. 2 weeks ago, sold for $228. Crazy.
$42.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is getting to the point where like Kingdom Hearts 2 is great. Kingdom Hearts 2 is a great game. If that franchise can get like if the Kingdom Hearts franchise can get revitalized, you know, Kingdom Hearts 4, bring it back, those Kingdom Hearts games are likely to shoot up.
Fair warning.
It's all rests on if they can bring that IP back into the mainstream. I hope they can. I enjoyed the series, right? I hope they can, but... Not a big fan of the new God of War games. Feels more flat and like all other third-person action game shooters now. I was like, the narrative-driven aspect of God of War PS4 was just insane. Like, I just, you know what I mean? I was compelled to keep pushing the game for the narrative. Like, that's gameplay aside. I thought the gameplay was really fun as well, but like, I just genuinely, like, I wanted to push that story forward. That was fantastic, fantastic, fantastic story. Fantastic voice acting, just compelling game. I loved it. Very good game. Mega Man X Command Mission 9.8A plus. Promotional copy UPC punched. If you care about that kind of thing.
$50.
Is there any chance a grader will appear in Canada to avoid those border issues? I do think so, Achu. Like, assuming, you know, the hobby keeps going, I think we will get a Canadian grader. I don't know if it's going to be like a WATA or VGA branch. It might just be like in cards. Cards, we had like KSA was a Canadian grader, MNT was a Canadian grader. So we might get a company, we might just get a company to spring up and be a video game grading company. Will they have respect in the market? Will they have relevance? I don't know. But we might get a company eventually.
$260.
How often do games get opened going across to Canada? I've never had it happen to me yet, anime. Fingers frickin' crossed. But I know it has happened to people. If the customs form is completely honest, is completed honestly, I don't think a border agent will have a reason to open your package going from Canada to USA. Yeah, like, you'd think not, right, hockey guy? You'd think not, but I've had people, you know, I've heard horror stories going from Canada to USA. I don't think it's nearly as prevalent as if you're going from, like, here to Europe or Europe to USA, but I know it has happened and can happen. What do I think of OG Guitar Hero? I think it's a great game at the right price. Like, there's a first print and a second print of Guitar Hero, Mr. JunkTube. And I think if you have a first print Guitar Hero, if you can find one that isn't super frickin' expensive, it's a great game to own. But I think high grade ones are selling for like 1,000 to 2,000 right now. That seems kind of expensive. Seems a little bit expensive, but we'll see. I love Guitar Hero, so I mean, I'm a bit biased, but we'll see. Mega Man X Command Mission ended at 480 there. Mega Man X7 9.6A plus. Yeah, I knew this had to juice up there. That was sitting way too low, so.
Fair warning.
Kingdom Hearts is great. It's got Disney IP and always a ton of fun. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts was great. Growing up with Kingdom Hearts was fantastic. You bought 3 Kingdom Hearts 2 now? Yeah. Alma, I assumed you were going to be the one to buy that. I assumed that Kingdom Hearts was going to you. I'm going to cut bid this, actually. 180? Oh, I'm winning. Let's go. Let's go. Nope.
You've been outbid.
Like, I was happy for that. It still seems like it's low. For a 9.6 A plus X7. Like, I know the X, like 7 and 8 aren't that popular of games. Let me just bring up eBay quick.
$4, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $12, $14, $16, $18, $20, $22.
You can't even buy one?
$26.
$260 on eBay for the 9.6A plus.
$38.
This one just sold for $186. Yeah, like, you know, if I just get off completed listings, I don't think there was a single one listed. Oh, there's one right here, $104.99. The guy trying to resell the 9.6A plus that he bought for $260 potentially?
Fair warning.
Yeah, that's still a good price at $180 it sold for. That's just a good price there. I should have bid again. I was being cheap.
Next lot.
$220.
I was being a cheap ass on that Mega Man game. I should have bid again. Oh my god, why is Rocky up to $300? I was gonna bid.
Fair warning.
I thought I was gonna be able to get Rocky for cheap. Where are all these Rocky fans coming from?
Fair warning.
Oh my god, this is the game I was looking at most tonight. But like, I don't really want to pay $400 for Rocky. $360? Rule of Rose 9.4A.
$750. $800.
9.8A++ Jack 2 in the next Tuesday weekly. Gotta save your money for that. Damn, didn't realize it was coming up again next week.
$900. $950.
Trying to find a Pokemon Blue, preferably the first print, in CIB near mint to complete the collection. Trouble finding a minty one. Yeah, it was hard for me to track down a decent condition first print Pokemon Blue, Mike. That took a lot of eBay searching. The Rule of Rose here, 9.4A, is up to 1,500? Yeah, just crossed over the 1,500 mark there. Rule of Rose, I mean, it's never done it for me. Like, I'm not drawn to this game, you know?
Next lot.
Like, I know it's Rule of Rose, I know like it's horror, PS2, everyone loves it, Atlas, but I've never been drawn to buy this one. Have we seen a 9.4 come up before? 9.68 plus 3120, 3120, 9.6B for 1,380.
Next
It doesn't come up on Heritage much, hey? That's kind of crazy. The 9.4A just closed at 1,500? Yeah. Half the price of the 9.6A plus. Which I think kind of makes sense. It's hard to compare those grades, but I think that makes sense. Shadow Hearts 9.6A plus for $264.
$140.
Sounds kind of cheap on that one. Maybe. 9.8A plus on Persona 4.
$50.
Fair warning.
You have ordered 2 packages internationally. One of them was opened and they opened or ripped the glue seal on the game wide open. Yeah. Luckily my 4 Sonic 2s are... Yeah, that's terrible. That sucks so much. Hi Greg, so if a game has a hole punched in the back, will it always be a promo copy? I have a lot of Vita games I bought from an employee who had the hole punched. Yes. Yes, funny like that. They'll always be promotional copies if you have the hole punch in the back.
Next lot.
It's a way of making them not for resale, so they're usually like pre-release promo copies, something like that. That's how they do that.
$190. $200. $240.
You've been outbid.
Guitar Hero has the problem of needing an accessory to be useful. I just feel like Guitar Hero might be, now maybe I'm wrong, but like a little bit too locked into, like, I don't know. Everyone played it, but yeah, I think the Guitar Hero one was second print Power Collectors.
$300.
Like, everyone played it, you know what I mean? Guitar Hero was freaking huge. I just worry that it's like too locked into being a
You've been
fad.
outbid.
You know what I mean? Like, was Guitar Hero a fad? Would you guys call it a fad? And when you buy in like fad nostalgia kind of worries me, which is why the current prices on high grade ones kind of worry me. But I don't know. I don't know how to really gauge it. The Soul Calibur 2 9.88 plus is also really cool. Ended at 384 there. I would much, much, much prefer to have a GameCube copy. That's the one I played growing up, so that's why I wasn't too aggressive on this bid. But ended at almost $400 there, 384.
160.
Here's SSX, a series that many, many, many people love, but a series that I never touched. 8.5A, cut in case insert back from manufacturing.
Fair warning.
Let's see what this cut looks like. Am I going to be able to see it?
$160. $180. $200.
No, I don't see it. I do not know where a cut would be.
Fair warning.
Interesting. Wish I could see where it was, but
$1.
that was SSX Tricky, 9.28 for 228. SSX ended at 192. X-Men Origins, 9.4, A+.
$3.
Where the bids at? Where the bids at? Come on, that's Hugh Jackman. You can't cut bid when the bid's only at $4.
$7. $8. $9.
Wolverine here being disrespected into the dirt.
$22.
You bought the X7. Nice, Kevin. Very nice pickup on that. It's a great price on that.
$38.
Great price on that.
$42. $46.
Does insurance cover border inspections ruining sealed games? I don't think they do. I don't think they do, Cow and a Pie. I'm pretty sure you're just fucked.
$60.
At least I haven't heard of any like, oh, you know, the postal's paid out or the government paid out. Like, I think you're just fucked. You got the Shadow Hearts as well? I literally just sold one of those on eBay. Yeah. Yeah, that Shadow Heart seemed a little bit cheap there, Alma.
$120. $150.
All you eBay sellers that pushed up Rule of Rose upset me. Yeah, Rule of Rose, like, I'd love to own one, but I'll probably never pay for it. Shadow Heart sounds cheap, but I just don't know if anyone cares about it anymore. Would have bid on it, just didn't spend an ass ton of money. Really awesome game. Yeah, it's funny, like, back in 2016, I was going heavy into games like Shadow Hearts and, like... there's so many random-ass PS2 RPGs, and, like, you go down that whole thing where you get into, like, Rogue Galaxy or, Oh, I'm thinking of a cover in my head, but I can't think of the name of the game. No, I won't be able to think of it. That annoys me. It's like a big gunship on the cover. Steam something. Oh, I can't think of the name of the game. But you get down that whole rabbit hole of those like secondary PS2 RPG games, the secondary PS2 horror, and it gets really interesting. Those were what I was chasing after so much back in the day. Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, 9.48 plus, promotional copy times 2. What, did they punch it twice? Yep. They really made sure that it was not for resale. Punched the shit out of that UPC.
$6.
Sold for $480 for the 9.4 A plus Drake's Fortune. Yakuza 2 perfect condition 9.8 A plus plus for $324, and Wolverine got up to $89. It's better. It's better. Entering into the Xbox games here. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat 8.08. I never played the Battlefield games. Never played them. You snagged the Soul Calibur 2 from you?
$46.
Oh, CCT, you bastard. You're out here killing it like always, man. I still think that Soul Calibur 2 is a good price. I'm a bit of a cheap ass right now. Guitar Hero is a classic. All you played when you broke your arm? George, I gotta be honest with you. If you broke your arm, all you played was Guitar Hero? Something in your story doesn't add up, man.
$70.
I don't want to call you a liar, George, but a broken arm playing Guitar Hero?
Fair warning.
Come on. Come on.
Next lot.
$28.
Pretty sure you have 2 Uncharted's higher than 9.4s. Rule of Rose hasn't been that high that long. At least not that high. Yeah, Rule of Rose got the bump with everything else.
$20.
Rule of Rose got bumped up with everything else. Sounds like a joke unless he used his feet. Yeah, it presented honestly though, right? It doesn't seem like it was sarcasm, so I'm sure he found a way. It just sounds funny to say out loud. Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil 9.48 for $94 there. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 9.68 plus on the Xbox.
$180.
Selling for pennies compared to the PS2 version. Steamboat Chronicles. Thank you, Super Junk. Jesus. I was never going to be able to get that. Steamboat Chronicles. Yes. You get into this world of like diving deep into the PS2 libraries where these used to be like, you know, the most sought after games on the console. So it's $900. I can't assume Steamboat's worth $900, but you know, you just dive down that Atlas rabbit hole and there's so much on PS2. There's so much on PS2. I have seen stories of people who've had their graded games open to chew, but I've never had it happen to me personally, thank God. But I've seen, what's his face? Montana Black. When he was buying upgraded games a lot, he had to import into Germany, and Customs smashed open his graded games. Customs did not give a shit that they were sealed and graded, so. The San Andreas 9.68 plus for $234. Halo Combat Evolved, not for resale. Game of the, or bestseller edition there. 9.4A pack-in version, $576. Here's 9.0 Goaty edition. 9.0 B plus. Game of the year sticker on there. Hollow foil cover. Cut in the case spine. This is like your affordable Halo version. You know what I mean? It's the, like this is your everyman Halo. Same with the one that just sold there. If you're looking for a regular print, if you're looking for the promo copy, good luck, right? At this point, it's just like good luck to you. So, if you're a normal person, you're buying the 9.0 B plus Game of the Year edition. Or, bestseller, whatever edition there. $288 for that one. Kind of affordable to add a factory sealed Halo to your collection. This is a 6.0A. It is a do not sell before, but it has a crack in the case top. This is by far the lowest grade Halo 2 I think we've ever seen come up for auction. Pretty sure. Other than CAD, is there any other Canadian companies that grade video games? I don't think so, Mike. And even if you talk about CAD, I don't think they're respected as a grader in any sense.
$4.
Like, I know CAD will grade your game, but I don't think you're really getting any value out of that other than the acrylic casing.
$10.
At least from everything I've seen with CAD.
$18.
Halo 2 sold for $169 for the 6.0A. Lord of the Rings, the Third Age, 6.0A.
$48.
Oh man, we're almost done. 172 out of 175 here. Nuts. We're just about closing out the auction. Wow. That actually went by pretty quick tonight, I gotta say. Actually went by pretty quick tonight. I'm loving that these auctions are all video games now. There's just more shit, you know what I mean? There's just more stuff to bid on. It's awesome.
$80.
Nothing has been that high for that long. Literally every expensive game spiked 2 years ago. Yup.
$90.
Yup. And that's why now we're seeing the come down. On most stuff anyway, right?
Fair warning.
A ton of stuff is seeing the come down. It just is what it is. Is what it is. You ride the waves. You went hard on CIB PS2 RPGs back in that time period? Yeah, it was super fun collecting those. It was super fun as collecting those. Is it normally games that have batteries in them or CD as well? That's interesting, Achu. I don't know specifically on that.
$50.
But
$60. $70.
I would assume that CDs are not immune to it. Yo, no problem, Counterpie. Take it easy, man, and thanks for coming in. Left 4 Dead 2, 8.5A.
$120.
Do people know if there is a do not sell before copy of Left 4 Dead 2?
warning.
Or even an Xbox trial sticker copy?
$40.
Maybe the label will say here. I know Left 4 Dead 1, or at least I think Left 4 Dead 1 has a do not sell before. No Xbox Live trial. Okay, yeah.
Next lot.
This must be the second printing then of
$40.
Left 4 Dead 2.
100.
I'm assuming. I'm still learning 360 variants myself.
$180.
Here's a first print Minecraft in the weekly. Holy shit. 8.5A first production Minecraft. Pretty cool to see one just kind of slide its way into the weekly, hey? I just assumed this was going to be a second print when I saw it.
$260.
You actually just picked up NFR Halo, very, very nice condition, and sent it immediately Warp Zone, waiting for the grade now. Damn, Elysium. I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for you to see what that turns out into. Your kid is into Atlas, and I spent a good bit on graded Atlas games. I have a lot of Atlas games too, Kevin. They're super fun to collect. Super fun to collect. Is it non-first print? Does it not have the trial? Am I getting jebaited here?
$360. $380.
Ooh. Ooh, it is not a first print. Ooh.
Fair warning.
That's not good. That's not good.
$400.
That is not a first print Minecraft. That is an error on Heritage's part there in the description. Not a first print on this.
$440.
I wonder if they will be dealing with a non-payment there. Not a first print. Thank you for pointing that out, Alma. Damn. Damn.
Warning.
No, hockey guy. No news yet on CGC casings. No news yet on how the case will look. Left 4 Dead 2 first print has a trial sticker. Not sure if there's a DNSB. Thank you, Char. Thank you. Yeah, I need a master list of all the frickin' DNSB games. Someone in the Discord, I think Cosmo was writing them down. I'll have to look at his list. But what we need is a master list of everything that has a DNSB. We'll get one eventually, like that will exist in the next year or two. Absolutely, right? If it doesn't already.
Fair warning.
So, we'll get it soon enough. This hobby will keep growing. There will be more information for everyone. And realistically, it's only going to get better for everyone with the amount of information that exists. So, yeah, that first print Minecraft. That is not a first print. 528 there. Ooh, that's a bad mistake there. Bad mistake there. Hopefully the buyer caught it. Just waiting for the end of auction to load here. Top of the hour as well. If you've been sitting here, if you've been hanging out, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps out the stream. Also, in the description of this video, you can find every single signature and showcase coming up for Heritage Auctions, as well as the consignment deadlines. Just get this in here quick. If you're interested in consigning with Heritage at all, reaching out for a free appraisal, you can use this link right here. Just gonna post it in the chat quick for you guys. And if you have any questions about the consignment process, always feel free to reach out at videogames@ha.com. They're there to help you guys. If you want to get something consigned, reach out to it. They'll help you out. They'll give you an appraisal. And you can sell some stuff with Heritage Auctions. It's always a fun time. And then we can watch it live, right? We can cheer you on as you sell your stuff. But here we are at the end of the auction once again. The winner of this auction, I mean, it wasn't even close this week. We had the 9.0 A Plus Oval Mario come up for auction. 22,800 in the weekly. It's crazy. And it actually sold to the internet, which is interesting. So a live bidder did not outbid what the internet bid prior to live bidding. Kinda crazy. Kinda crazy. Next biggest one, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, 3120. Then we had a 8.0 A Plus Mario Bros. 3 for 2521.20, which was an internet bid because that's why it's weird as hell. Let's actually price check on this Mario 3 really quick here before we call it. This was an 8.0 A Plus for 2,500. Here we go. We don't have to look far. Back in December 28th, 2021, a 7.5 A Plus ran you 2,880. So a 7.5 outsold this one for $300 back in, I missed it again, December 28th, 2021. 6 months ago? 7 months ago. Close enough. So even Mario 3 still going down a little bit here. We'll see. It'll stabilize eventually. You know, everything will stabilize eventually, so. And the big loser of today's auction, it was the early Spider Fighter that came up. No seal, unopened, 1982 orange box, $41 with the premium. And I will leave you guys with this beautiful cover art as we call it a night on the Heritage Tuesday weekly auction. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Great auction as always. Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. The Pioneers of Home Video Game Showcase auction will be happening. I will be live for it. I'll put reminders in the Discord. I'll put reminders on Instagram. Hopefully you guys come out for it. It should be an interesting auction. You just got an email from Heritage about a non-payment of a game I sold on the last showcase. If no payment, does this go to be re-auctioned or do we have the auction to get it back? I don't know entirely on that, Elysium. I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head and I don't want to give you the wrong answer. So, Mr. JunkTube, it said get an Xbox Live trial on the case. The first print says 2-day Xbox Live trial included. So it's a very little difference in how it's worded on the casing. It has to say actually inside is the 2-day Xbox Live trial. But on that note, have a good night, everybody. See you on Thursday or see you next week. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. Goodbye.